Welcome to another episode of Gameprism, a little show that talks about everything video game related in a different way. On today's episode, Brilliance of Thomas Was Alone, the highest rated game ever, and the public demand for Portal 3. Okay, now I want to tell you about a certain game that I really enjoy. A game that has a very unique style of design and storytelling. Let me introduce you to Thomas Was Alone. Thomas Was Alone, an indie 2D platformer released in 2012, where you guide a group of rectangles through a series of obstacles using their different skills to get to the end of each level. The design is very minimalist, as you can see. However, character personalities are certainly not. Each shape has a name, personality, which in several cases is a dynamic one, and unique abilities. The story is also presented very well. It is presented mostly through narration performed by Danny Wallace, and it is a masterpiece.
This would not do. John needed room to show off his exceptional skills. As it was, he was trapped on the wrong side of these little dot things.
And I didn't even mention the music. David Housden's critically acclaimed score lets you get immersed in this blocky world. The game itself is available on Windows, Mac, Linux, PS3, PS4, PS Vita, Xbox One, iOS, Android, Wii U, and since February on the Switch. There is also a DLC available to buy on PS4 and available to play on all aforementioned PlayStation systems via crossbuy. So if you like puzzle platformers with minimalist design, BAFTA-winning narration, and a great soundtrack, this is a game for you. Now, some of you might be wondering, what's the highest rated game ever? Well, according to Metacritic, it's The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, with a score of 99. Statista and Esquire seem to agree. But, according to IGN, it's Pokemon Go. And according to Steam users, it's Portal 2. The former has 69 on the Metascore, and the latter has 95. But, we must remember that Metacritic uses reviews of the critics, not of the fans. So we want to ask you, what do you think is the best game ever? Let us know. Speaking of Portal, hordes and hordes of people want another Portal game, myself included. However, unlike them, I know why we will never get one. And the answer is actually quite simple. The story is over. There doesn't need to be more games. As ridiculous as it might sound, that's the truth. But if you want more Portal, we have something for you. There are several games you will appreciate if you are a Portal fan. First, there's The Lab, a collection of minigames taking place in the Aperture Labs. It's free, but do you know what isn't free? An HTC Vive, which is required to play it. No other headset will do. So, next game on the list is Bridge Constructor Portal, a game in the Bridge Constructor series that incorporates the setting, humor, mechanics, and characters of Portal into it. A product of partnership between Head Up Games and Valve, it also meant bringing back Ellen McLean to voice GLaDOS.
Hello, and welcome back to the Aperture Science Computer-Aided Enrichment Center. According to internal provisions, all applicants must complete this test series for testing series tests. Before we start, however, Please note that serious injuries may occur. The Enrichment Center is proud to announce that your family will be notified in the event of a work fatality, with no additional garnishment to your wages. Your first task is to build a bridge so that a test vehicle can reach the test chamber exit.
It's not free, however, so prepare to spend your $10 on this game. Bridge Constructor Portal is also available on Windows, Mac, Linux, PS4, Xbox One, iOS, Android, and Nintendo Switch. If you like either Bridge Constructor or Portal or both, then this is a solid pick. Now, the last title, LEGO Dimensions.
Well, look who's back. You must love science almost as much as me. Which is good news because I've almost finished rebuilding the test chambers after Wheatley's incompetence.
Hello? Did someone say my name?
You.
Hiya! Yeah, it's me. Do you mind me saying, I love these new blue portaling things. They're yours, right? Anyway, I mean, I'm quite an adventure. Look at this, I even got fitted with anti-gravity. Check this out, I can move up, and I can move down, opposite of up, look at that, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Left and right probably as well.
Be quiet.
Oh dear, someone booted up on the wrong side of the BIOS this morning, if I'm not mistaken.
You test my patience.
Now don't be just alarmed by the fact that it's a LEGO game. It isn't necessarily Portal exclusive too, but there's a lot of Portal related content. Of course, it is a bit pricey, since you must buy the starter pack for the game and the Portal 2 level pack, but it is something that a fan of Portal will likely enjoy. Before we end, I want to talk about a topic that a good friend of mine has suggested: how Portal changed the world. And I'll be honest, I've had difficulties with this, because it didn't really. Sure, it gave us a great experience and it is a masterpiece of a game, but no world changing. It was no Resident Evil or Pong. It didn't do a major revolution in other branches of pop culture, so I cannot talk about this because Portal did not do such a change in the world. It only changed the source engine and maybe how we like games. And that's all for this episode of Gameprism. See you next time. But before we end, I'd like to clarify a mistake we made in this episode. We said that the lab will only work with HTC Vive. That's wrong. It will also work on Oculus Rift, Windows Mixed Reality, and Valve Index.